What up, figure freaks? Hey, doing a little something different today. I was at a comic shop and saw this guy. It is a action figure from a line I've never even touched before. Never really gave a second look to these guys. It's the Jakks Pacific WWE WWF Classic Superstars series, and this is Rick, the model Martell. Now, I grew up watching this guy. He was in AWA here in Minnesota. I love this sweater that goes around his shoulders. Makes him look like a real fucking douchebag. You know, he's kind of hanging out at the club or hanging out at the golf course. Woohoo! He's got his sunglasses on here. So I just thought I'd do a little review of this guy. Because it's new to me. I've never gotten a Jakks Pacific WWE Superstar ever in my life. They did in Elites, the Mattel Elites, they gave us one Rick Martel figure, and I think it was Legend Series 2 way back in like 2009 or something, and he had the little like sprayer pump thing that had his like cologne in it, and he would walk around spraying it. He'd spray people in the eyes and they'd go blind, and he'd punch them, and he said it's the essence of arrogance. And yeah, he was a real fucknut, but I thought he was cool. Before that, when he was with AWA, he was on a tag team with Tito Santana, and it was called Strike Force. Really badass. I liked them both. He is French-Canadian. So yeah, pretty good. I mean, I know this is an older figure, so the face scans are not great, but it's not bad. They got the hair down. He was a big, ripped up dude too. He was thick, and you know, compared to a lot of the guys like Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy and those guys, he wasn't really that big. And I think he maybe lasted maybe into the early 90s, but he was pretty much done, I think, when the Attitude Era started. Just to take a quick look at him. So here's the sweater. Take that off. And I don't think it's really meant for him to wear, but I think he can. But what you want to do here is you can kind of make it look like he's got the arms tied together and put over his shoulder. And what there is there's this little clasp here, and you just kind of, I think they just pull apart. Hopefully. Trying. There we go. So you just got to get your fingernails in there in between, and then you can see there's a little peg there, a little hole there, and it just kind of goes boop. There you have it. So here, we'll pull it apart one more time. I don't know if I want to put this on him, but it's not a bad piece of clothing. You know, pink sweatshirt. So it's pretty nice. Put that aside, and then we got the sunglasses here. There's a strap around it. I'm trying to stretch it out because it's a challenge putting it over his head. Thinking about busting out the paint pen and maybe getting the silver onto those lenses there, make it kind of pop a little bit. I'm not sure yet, but I don't know. This is straight black on his black hair. Not really the best. They got the hair down really good, and if you kind of like take a quick glance at it, it does really look like Rick Martel. He was a big son of a bitch with big ass arms. So, looking good there. Long hair on the back, ripped, shredded back, big arms. Got the pink on. Let's go through the articulation. We'll kind of check out more of the gear. Articulation-wise, doesn't really pivot there. Does twist all the way around. Shoulders go up to there. Pretty nice range there. Goes back down. Of course, it spins all the way around. The articulation is limited. We got the twist on the bicep. We got the single pegged elbow. And then, of course, the pivot and the spin or the twist on the wrist. This is interesting. So it twists on the actual wrist instead of up here. So it's, you got the tape, and it twists just below the wrist. And then of course we got that pivot there. Same thing over here. You got the more open hand for holding something. Then we got a waist twist, and then the legs go up about like that. They do not go off to the side at all. And then you got the knees, which are, I believe, single jointed. Yes, they are. A little hampered by these knee pads. We'll talk more about this in a second. And then, of course, we got the boots. There is no boot cut, but we do have the ankle rocker. There is no tilt, just slight pivot. So the articulation is very limited. But I really do like this figure. It is fucking awesome, and I'm so glad. I sold comics, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you $15 for this pile of comics. And I was like, well, could I get the Rick Martel, which was like $18, so it probably would have been $20 with tax. And they're like, we'll just call it an even trade. And so I walked out the door with this. But yeah, these knee pads are better than anything Mattel has ever made, honestly. This is like the best part. So it's a very nice rubbery plastic, but it almost feels like cloth. And it kind of looks like it. It's got the texture in there. Little hatch marks on there. It makes it look really cool. And what I really like is this pad here. It feels like it's separate from the rest of it, like a real knee pad. So they went all out on this, and I really do like it. I almost want to remove it from the leg to look at the inside, but I'm not gonna, because I love this figure so much. Really like this figure. So I'm giving this figure an 8 out of 10. You know, it's an old ass figure. This thing is probably from like 2007, maybe even earlier. I'm not sure, but it's old. And it's pretty. I mean, it's not beat up. There's no wear at all. There's no rub. The skin tone is perfect. The pinks are very nice. You know, there's no blemishes. That booty hole right there. Yeah, it's just in great shape. And I like all the colors. You know, he's supposed to be, you know, this like very macho, machismo, stud muffin, rich boy, and well, he's wearing pink, which is interesting. So I'm giving this guy an 8, just for nostalgia reasons. Let's get this back on there. There we go. That's looking good. Get the glasses back on there. I kind of don't like the glasses over his eyes. They look a little too narrow. So what I do is I'll bring it down to over his eyes, and then I gotta kind of work this shit down a little bit at a time, like so. I don't know. That looks pretty good, actually. It looks good on camera. When I look at it, without the camera, I'm kind of like, but not too bad, actually. So we'll leave it like that, at least for a little while. So that is the Jakks Pacific WWE WWF Classic Superstars RICK, the model Martell. Getting an 8 out of 10 for nostalgia. So hopefully Mattel, please, please, please give us an elite version of this. Maybe give us a 2-pack Strike Force with Rick Martel and Tito. I think we are getting a new Tito. So anything's possible. They're signing a bunch of people. They signed Jesse. They got Pillman. They got Demolition, Axe Smash, and Crush. They got Mr. Fuji. I mean, it's awesome. So pretty happy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I'm going to wrap it up with that. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see ya on the next one. Peace out.